What does it take to break a system that protects its own? In the quiet town of Fairview, where picket fences hid unspoken divides, Amara Johnson lived a life of routine and resilience. A single mother and nurse, she poured her heart into raising her teenage son, Malik, and tending to patients at the local hospital. Her modest home on Elm Street was her sanctuary, a place where she could escape the world's judgments. But on a chilly October evening, that sanctuary was shattered. It began with a knock sharp, aggressive, like the crack of a gavel. Amara opened her door to find Officer Daniel Holt, a man whose badge gleamed with authority but whose eyes burned with something darker. He demanded entry, claiming a noise complaint, though the house was silent save for Malik's soft music upstairs. Amara, calm but firm, asked for a warrant. Holt's face twisted, his voice low and venomous. "You people always think you're above the law," he spat, the words dripping with a prejudice that needed no explanation. Before Amara could react, Holt grabbed her arm, yanking her onto the porch. Her screams echoed as he dragged her across the lawn, neighbors peering through curtains, phones lighting up the night. Malik rushed out, eyes wide with fear, but Amara waved him back, her voice steady despite the chaos. "Stay inside, baby. Don't give him a reason." The humiliation burned, but her resolve held firm. The next morning, the video was everywhere. A neighbor, 17-year-old Sarah, had recorded it all from her window, her shaky footage capturing Holt's rage and Amara's dignity. The clip spread like wildfire online, igniting outrage. Fairview's police department, quick to protect its own, issued a statement calling it an isolated incident. But Amara wasn't alone. The video awoke a chorus of voices, others who'd faced Holt's wrath, their stories buried under bureaucracy. Enter Clara Evans, an unexpected ally. A retired journalist with a sharp mind and a sharper pen, Clara had moved to Fairview to escape the city's noise. She'd seen the video and recognized Holt's name from a decades-old story. She'd covered a case of excessive force swept under the rug. Clara reached out to Amara, her voice trembling with conviction. "This isn't just about you," she said. "It's about every name he's erased." Together, they dug into Holt's record, uncovering a trail of complaints dismissed by a complicit system. The twist came at a town hall meeting, where Amara and Clara presented their findings. The crowd was tense, divided between those who saw Holt as a hero and those who saw the truth. Then, a man stood up, Officer James Carter, Holt's partner. His face was pale, his hands shaking. "I've seen it," he admitted, voice breaking. "I've seen him target people for their skin, their accent, their address. I stayed quiet too long." His confession cracked the room open, forcing even the skeptics to listen. Carter's testimony, paired with the video and Clara's research, was undeniable. The pressure mounted. Protests filled Fairview streets, led by Amara, Malik, and Sarah, their voices a unified demand for justice. The department couldn't ignore it anymore. Within a week, Holt was suspended, his badge stripped. But that wasn't the end. Clara's connections led to a state investigation, revealing Holt's history of falsified reports. By week's end, he faced charges of assault, abuse of power, and civil rights violations. The man who'd wielded his authority like a weapon was now in cuffs, his freedom gone. Amara stood outside her home, watching the sunset. Malik joined her, his hand on her shoulder. "You did this, Mom," he said. She shook her head. "We did this. All of us." The victory was bittersweet. The system hadn't changed overnight, but a crack had formed, a reminder that truth, when fought for, could burn brighter than any badge. In Fairview, the fences still stood, but the silence was broken. Amara's story, Sarah's courage, Clara's tenacity, and Carter's redemption showed that justice wasn't a gift, it was a fight. And for every Amara, there were countless others, waiting for their voices to be heard. Yindi.